YouTube faithful, what's going on? Throwback Thursday here. Yesterday, dumpster fire for the most part. The Dodgers sold their souls, but we did have a couple of easy hitters. Vlad respected coin, Judge respected coin. Kyle Schwarber, I told you he was due. I told you he was due for a home run, and not only did he hit one, he hit two. Two dingers for Schwarber. Unfortunately, we should have trusted crushed bats on Mr. Yoshi and faded his strikeouts. He did get a walk, but he only played like 3 innings. I guarantee you he's getting 2 walks if he plays those 16 pitching outs. I mean, his goblin pitching outs was 17.5. He totally underperformed, and the Dodgers sold their soul, forcing another game, a game 4 tonight, which we will cover briefly, but this main video is going to be for the NFL. Now, if you're new to this channel, I cover NFL and NBA, so as well as MLB, so make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, know your role, pay that toll, and let's get into it. Now, something that's been very good to your boy Crush has been these MLB live squares, specifically first through 5 innings and first through 3 innings. Now, of course, it's very, very volatile. Glass now is going to be on the mound for the Dodgers, Sanchez for those Philadelphia Phillies. What you can do with these Dodgers is, once again, play Dodger roulette. Every Dodger, for the most part, sold their souls, except for Kiki Hernandez, Mookie Betts, Bias, and a few others. But the main hitters, Ohtani, Freeman, Tio, they all sold. So you know you can go right back to him. It's very rare for them to go 0 for 10, which is what they would have to do in this situation today. I think you could have splashes of Christian Yelich, over half a hit run RBI in the first 5 innings. Same thing with Contreras. Same thing with Nico Horner, but they finally gobified my brother in Christ. It was normally a normal square, but now it's a goblin. Nico Horner has just been a legend this series, and he's been a cash cow for me. All 3 of these guys project well. My favorite would probably just be Yelich and Horner, but it is 2.5x for the live squares. And then once you start to get into the Phillies game and the Dodgers game, that is where it gets more dicey. My spreadsheet model specifically likes Mookie Betts tonight as the highest rated hitter. I believe Crush Bats has Freddie Freeman again. Freddie sold his soul yesterday. There's no doubt about it. He sold, okay? It's gonna happen. These guys, I mean, it's baseball. It's very hard, but there are a few ways. Now, what I tell you guys to do, find a hitter list. Get like 6 of them. There's 2 games. Let's just say you get 6. All you have to do is get 4 of the 6 right and to make money if you just mix and match them into 2-mans. And if you happen to go 5 of 6 or 6 of 6, you are going to print, assuming that you're making those lineups correctly. 2 here, 2 there, 3 here, 3 there. You just have to get one main guy that you're going with right. And then after that, it's going to be easy peasy. Now, if you go to the first 3 innings, you can literally gamble a little bit more. They have the Demons here, the 1.5s. It gets a little bit more interesting. Nico Horner is also a goblin here, which is kind of crazy for the fantasy score. If he gets walked in the first 3 innings, it's green. Same thing with Tio. Same thing with Kyle Schwarber. But again, I don't really want to go back to Kyle Schwarber. I told you guys on this video, I wish I had a replay of it. Kyle Schwarber was due to go yard, and he went twice. So you could go back to him because it's an important game. They're trying to force a game 5. They have their ace pitching today, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. And also, I'm avoiding pitchers. I would just keep it to the studs. Nico Horner being priority because he hasn't chalked us yet, okay? Which he was my favorite player yesterday, and he cashed sweat-free first bat, him and Vlad. I had him, Judge, Vlad, and Yelich, their live squares, and it was sweat-free. You could go right back to Tio at 5-hitter fantasy. He didn't get anything yesterday. It's going to be very unlikely that he goes 0 for 4 or 0 for 5 again. The Dodgers pretty much know that if they don't win this game, they're cooked because they're going to have to go back to Philadelphia and try to win on the road. So I guarantee you they're trying to close it out tonight. If you liked them yesterday, you have to like them today. That's how I look at it. And yes, they're facing a better pitcher. Doesn't matter though. He still gives up hits and runs. So that's it for MLB. Let's talk about NFL. Again, it's a quick video today. My back is killing me, guys. I wish you knew how much pain my back was in right now in this week. I've been doing everything I can. Stretching. I bought a very expensive new bed, hoping that that would fix the problem. It still hasn't done it yet. I mean, I guess I have to give it more time. I've been getting massages once a week. I mean, ever since I messed it up, it's been bad, but it is painful to sit in this chair and do these videos. So I want you to know that. So if you do appreciate them, smash the like button like mama taught you right. It helps your boy. All right. So let's talk about this NFL game. Step one of the process. Let's go take a look at the poverty over under. And I already know it's poverty. 40.5 on a Thursday night. Poverty. That is a low total. We got the Giants plus 7.5 at home. I like it. I like taking the home dog at over a touchdown in points. Am I going to take Giants plus 7.5 tonight? Probably, yeah. But I'm not afraid to gamble. Most likely the Eagles will cover this spread because it is such a terrible matchup, and I think that the Eagles are infinitely better than the Giants. But hey, any given Sunday, man, short week, anything can happen. I do think that the Giants would cover, so I personally wouldn't bet the Philadelphia Eagles minus 7.5. I just wouldn't do it. I would most likely, if I was going to bet this, would be taking the Giants plus 7.5. And if we look at the money, we can see the public money is all over the Eagles. The Eagles money line, the Eagles spread, and a lot of people are taking the over, which is crazy to me. I mean, I guess it could go over on a short week because these primetime games have been soaring over, but I just don't see it with the Giants. Maybe it's there. Again, we're going to focus on the player props today. However, I don't see taking the Eagles on the road at minus 7.5 as a sharp bet. I just don't see it. Granted, you're getting plus money for it looks like. But I will leave that to you guys, okay? If I was going to be forced to bet, meaning you have to make a choice, I would probably take the Giants plus 7.5, the home team, and that's that. So once you have the script, okay, so it is a 7.5 point spread favoring them, so that would automatically tell us that Dart is going to have to throw, right? But these scripts and these narratives somehow don't go. I can't remember, the last primetime games, the Bills, the Chiefs, I mean, both of them were favorites and they lost. The Bills lost to the Patriots, man, and they were 8.5 point. Okay, it's been happening. Maybe that's the trend. Maybe it's not. However, we have to just assume that Vegas has the correct market value of the game, meaning that Dart should be throwing from behind. Now, most of the quarterbacks, I believe 4 or 5 that have been facing the Eagles have thrown for over 30 times, which is going to lead me to this. Now, the reason I'm not gung-ho about the 31.5, right, is because the Eagles literally hold the football and grind. And with all the press going in with Barkley, I really do believe that they're going to try to get Barkley his touches. I think that they're going to be controlling the clock, which is why I literally hate betting teams on the other side of the ball for the Eagles because that is what they do. They just control the clock. However, we can't argue the fact Baker, Prescott, Knicks, they've all thrown for over 30 pass attempts. And even though Dart likes to rush the football, I think he's going to have no choice but to throw this thing. So I like him to go over 27.5 attempts. They have it all the way up to 31.5. I think this is going to drop to 30.5. If it does, you can take over 30.5. But for now, I think it's 27.5, and I think it's going to stay at that for a while. If you do take it with that, you can see it's not going to pay a whole lot of coin, unfortunately, but that would be leg number 1. Remember, the Eagles have forced opposing quarterbacks to throw over 30 times the last 4 games. So I really do think, why would the trend not continue when these guys are 8.5 point dogs? Unless the Eagles just command the clock so well. 7.5 point dogs. The Eagles just command the clock so well with Barkley and Hurts that he just doesn't have a chance to, and it's just an abysmal game. If that's the case, well then chalk it all to hell anyways, folks. We are hopefully getting a decent game. If not, well then trust me, chalk it all anyways. Jalen Hurts is the next person I want to talk about. Anytime touchdown. He hasn't ran one in 2 games. You know it's coming, okay? You know they're going to tush push on the goal line. You know that eventually he's going to get back into the box. So I'm taking a shot on it. I really do think it's going to hit. He hasn't had one in 2 games. My man's due a tush push or 2. All right. So I expect Jalen to get in the box. We just saw it's possible, man. Look at our boy T-Law, who's the worst quarterback in the NFL. Got 2 rushing touchdowns. One of them where he flipped and flopped and did a Cirque Dole move, but whatever. Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown. We've all seen it. Tush push on the goal line. We know he's going to tuck and run. Pause. Talking about football. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown, the easiest bonehead play on the slate. And then with the 2, you could take them over 374.5 pass yards. Now, how do I know this is going to be a garbage game? 374 pass yards for a combo between 2 quarterbacks is crazy. It's crazy low. But if it somehow is competitive and it somehow shoots out, they could soar over this because, listen to me, the Eagles have been allowing chunk plays to everyone. Remember that play with Igbuka, 70 yards or whatever it was, Baker Mayfield? They're the team giving up 30, 40-yard chunk plays. The problem is Jackson Dart really doesn't have any receivers on that side of the ball that can do that. But let me show you this. There is a reason Prize Picks has this square up here. Where is it? 29.5 longest reception. Okay, this is either a free less or a free more. There's no in between. It's not going to be close. It's going to be sweat free one way or the other. If you look at the last 5, he hasn't even sniffed it. 18-18. However, I look and I always like, oh, let me just take less. What are the odds? Who's he going to throw it to 30 yards? Who's their field stretcher? I couldn't even tell you. I guess Slayton would be considered a field stretcher on their team, or Hyatt. I mean, I would have to say if anyone was going to do it, I would think it would be a poverty person like Hyatt. But I couldn't even tell you, man. However, I honestly think it's a trap square. When it looks like this and it's too good to be true, it's usually a trap square. And knowing that the Eagles have given up those chunk plays, I think this is something you can consider. I'm not telling you take more. I'm not telling you take less. If I was held to account, meaning like you had to choose, I would lean on the more. Okay, but the reason I'm bringing this square up is because of the combo passing yards. Dart could be airing it out, deep ball, just desperation on a prayer and getting it done, okay? But my favorite would be his pass attempts, and then Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. Those are my 2 favorites, obviously. And then this guy, I was on this guy before anyone else was on him that I know of. I haven't heard of anyone else talking about him. I was hyping him up. Theo Johnson, my man, my dude. He literally was getting touchdowns left and right. If you haven't figured it out, rookie quarterbacks love their tight ends, guys. They just love the little button hook. They love the safety valve. I really think Theo Johnson is going to be involved today. Where am I going? 2.5 receptions. Now, before you lose your mind and you're like, oh, so we're just taking goblins all day today? Guys, pretty much. I mean, it's a same game parlay with an 8.5 point spread. If you want to start taking these 50-50 squares, like 8.5 fantasy score, well, let me tell you something. If you think this is in play, you dang well better take his anytime touchdown, because the only path Theo Johnson has to 9 fantasy score is a touchdown, in my opinion. Why? How does he get 9 fantasy points? Well, he would need at a minimum 5 catches to get 5 points, and then 50 yards to get another 5 points, which puts him at 10. So let's just say he needs 46 yards to get 4.6. So 5 catches and 46 yards, that's just not in his repertoire, dude. His receiving target line is only 5. So in order for him to get a 9 fantasy score, I believe he has to score a touchdown. So I would stay away from the fantasy score. If anything, I would take the anytime touchdown. But I like the receptions. Clean, quick. But what I don't like is that he shares it with Bellinger. We know Bellinger's there. And if you look at his lines, you can see his line is 4, 14.5. Everyone's going to be on Theo probably this week because they're going to be like, wow, he just did this and that and everything else. But this guy loves his tight ends. It could be Bellinger. It could be Theo. Could be either one of them. They both could be traps. They both could be chalk. But he's going to have to throw the ball somewhere, y'all. Neighbors is out of the mix, don't forget. And in addition to all of this, Slayton's ruled out. Okay, like Slayton's not even playing. It's official. He's ruled out with a hamstring. So that is why I would even look at someone like Hyatt. Whenever you see this needs to be ringing all your alarm bells, man. We're going to take a shot on Hyatt at 16.5 receiving yards or his 3.5 fantasy score. Either one would be fine. I could honestly see Hyatt being a part of the who slip tonight. I mean, who is this dude going to throw to? It has to be Theo Johnson or Bellinger. I mean, I just don't see it. Bo Collins? Buddy, Bo Collins? You don't even know who that is. Let's be honest. You don't even know who that is. Cam Scattaboo? I mean, I like Cam Scattaboo's receiving yards, but guys, I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. The game's trash. And we're in this 2-week lull of like, there's nothing really to bet on. We're getting the same MLB playoff games. We're just cycling through hitters. Sundays are great. Keep in mind, Sundays are great, but this right here is just total poverty, man. It's like, you want to talk about forcing it. I, for 100%, am forcing myself to go with this. Now, I know we've covered a lot of stuff, but that's because there's one game. It could be as simple, guys, as Barkley's gobby rushing yards, or even his full rushing yards at 85.5, but he is dealing with that injury, but 59.5. It could be that easy. I love his receiving yards, okay? I think he's going to get a couple of screen passes. I think Barkley's going to be a main component in their offense tonight. So you could literally do this. Scattaboo and Barkley. I mean, either one of these two are fine. Why do I like Scattaboo? Oh, Cap, Tyron Chase. But listen, without Slayton in the mix and no neighbors, he is going to be looking to dump it off. They're going to have quick release plays to beat this Philly front. It's that simple. I think that Scatty Waddy and Saquon Barkley's receiving yards are in the mix. You can go any way you'd like. The hard part tonight is not going to be picking the plays. It's going to be roster and slip construction. On these showdown slates, specifically these garbage ones, I focus on DK DraftKings anyways. Now, we're going to have another live stream today. It will be probably around 6 because I'm not going to cover the play. There's really nothing to talk about with the playoff MLB games. I mean, it's just the same stuff over and over. Dodger roulette. So it's like yesterday's live stream was short. Today, there will be a community slip built on the live stream for this football game. We're going to make a 4-man flex. So I want you to join us on the live stream via the Discord. You can get my projection model, which is posted right now in the Discord. You can get access to Crush Bats. All you have to do is go to CaptainCrush.net, click the join now. This gives you my playlist, my slips, my data models, and again, access to the live stream. One low price, all the great content, all the crush you can handle, baby. And this was yesterday's main lineup, which you can see here. It goes right under the Captain Slips tab, and unfortunately, it did go 3 of 4. Ohtani sold. But like I said, if you're not making it into 2-leg slips, you're selling. I literally said, just know I have Judge and Vlad in a 2-piece, and it was sweat free. Okay, and it paid like 2.5x. Ohtani sold his soul. He was the last leg. However, these 3 guys had them in multiple 2-mans cashed. So hopefully I see you guys in the live stream. Hopefully you join. You're going to want to get those data models for NFL. They look just like this. This was for the other game. It gives you the player name and a full projection for you to go on when you're making your lineups, guys. So check it out, CaptainCrush.net. You're going to get a whole slew of content. Make sure you watch the video when you do join. Server rules, Papa. Server rules. I know this video is all over the place, but I make my videos intentionally later in the day so I have more time to think and plan and chew on it and see the closing lines and everything else. Making the video early means that my mind is still kind of all over the place, and I made the conscious decision to do that because I'm still trying to figure out how these puzzle pieces fit into the equation. There is a full list in the Dub Club posted that will give you my total playlist that I think is hitting the optimal lines, the alternate lines, and again, we'll go over it more on that live stream. One thing, do not forget about the field goals, longest field goals on these primetime slates, okay? Elliott and Mikatami, whatever his name is, that seems like a new kicker to me. Regardless, either one of these two, you can always take a shot on the primetime games, but the problem is with the Eagles, they like to go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, so keep that in mind. Let's build a lineup and get out of here. Yesterday's lineup that we made Alyssa Thomas and Ohtani. Ohtani sold his soul. Alyssa Thomas had 10 points at halftime and finished with 14. You can't tell me that the WNBA isn't on payroll, okay? Everything else cashed except Alyssa Thomas. Chelsea Gray cashed. Sabali cashed. Bonner. I think Asia Wilson. I mean, everything cashed, but the most popular play, which was Asia Wilson, you can't script it. However, with MLB today, we're keeping it simple. I don't like that Parlay Play has these guys boosted because it makes me scared. Beto. Nico Horner over half a hits boosted. We'll take a shot. Watch him get 2 runs and 2 RBIs and no hits, and I'll riot. Kiki, do you love me? Mr. October. No fantasy score up for him because they know it's hitting. They know he's hitting, man. I don't know which Dodger to go with. I don't know. It's going to be Dodger Roulette. Again, model loves Mookie Betts. But he just went ballistic yesterday. Part of me wants to go right back to Ohtani, and I will be in my personal lineups, but I really don't want to hear you guys whine and get upset. So I'm just going to give you the obvious one. Nico Horner's the payout boost. You could put in Yelich if you want. Too many people selling their souls crying about this stuff. I'm just not interested in hearing it. Ooh, we get 29.5 pass attempts on Parlay Play for Dart. That's why I like Parlay Play. Everyone's like, why do you always use Parlay Play? Dude, they have so many options. Prize Picks gives you 25 and 27. On Parlay Play, I can take 29.5. So this right here is 2x. I get a boost and I get Dart, and I'm getting 2x. And then Barks receiving yards. Look at all the options. 14, 16, 9. Take it at 14.5. It's almost a full square anyways. Hurts. Anytime touchdown. I do like Barkley's receiving yards, don't get me wrong, but I'm just going to go with this right here, I think. I think this is the one I'm going with. All right. So I have a $5 free entry, so I went ahead and used it. Okay. I'm not nuking today. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm sticking by my word. I've literally been betting usually 1 nuke for the YouTube, but I don't even want to do that, guys, because I don't want to force it. And I want to teach you guys, don't force it. And I promise you, I will have in play total $50 today. On DraftKings, I'll have like $200 in play because I'm going to hammer those showdown slates, which I love to do. And if you're curious about DraftKings salary-based format, I do go over it in my live streams. I do teach you guys my methods. I had a sweat for 100K. I've won hundreds of thousands of dollars on DraftKings. I have the receipts to prove it. If you'd like to learn more about that, make sure you are in my Discord because I answer questions on that every day. We go off it in the live stream, etc. If you want to tail or fade, that's fine, but make sure you use code CRUSH. I'll send you 30 days of my Discord free. Now, if you want to take the spreads on Underdog, you literally can if you deposit 5 and play through 5, they give you 100 in bonus funds on Underdog free. So make sure you guys are checking out Underdog, and I also give you the free 30 days as well. Again, it's code CRUSH. The link's in the description. It makes it real easy. The main lineup will be the community slip tonight. That is what is going to be my main lineup. It'll be made on the live stream probably around 6:15, 6:30 Central Time. That will be when we do this thing. So I hope to see you there. I gave you a lot of options to consider today. It's up to you to pair them correctly. Pair them however you want. The game's poverty. If you want me to give you the popular plays, you don't really need this video. I tried to give you options that I don't really think a lot of people are talking about, so I hope you appreciate it. Smash the like button. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests, and as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.